purest essence of what makes a business tick is sometimes fleeting. It's not always available to draw on demand. So if you can capture these things on video, you're capturing magic in a bottle. My name is Tyson, and I own New Line Media. I really believe that the keystone to any successful business is the connection that business builds with the people that it serves. Traditionally, these attributes were all achieved through interpersonal communication. It came through authentic connection. Then the arena of the internet introduced a whole range of resources that expanded what businesses were capable of achieving. But the trade-off for these new resources was that authentic connection with the people that we serve. And without that connection factor, businesses become commodities, just a name and a price tag. So the dilemma businesses face today is how to preserve that sense of connection in a digital space. And I believe that the answer to that problem is video. At New Line Media, my goal is to help you take your influence, your passion, your spirit, your essence, and make it available to anyone, at any time, no matter where they are. When the power of video is truly harnessed, it can become so much more than just a flashy way to promote yourself. Video can help your business build trust in those you serve or want to serve. It can build familiarity. It provides information and education, and most of all, it can pull your customer into your space for a few moments and give them a taste of what working with you would be like. It provides them with that in-house connection experience, no matter where they are. And that is what I focus on, because it's all about making a connection. So if you're a business owner who's ready to shift gears and unbind yourself using video as the business asset that it should be, then go to my site and submit a request to work with me. If I think I'm going to be the best fit for you, then I will reach out and we will schedule a time to meet.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business show with your hosts, Brian Magleby and Tyler Price.
Other right around, yeah.
All right. Hey, welcome to Talkin-Business, man. And guess what, everybody? There is no green screen behind us. This is it.
Live.
We are at the Mountain America Center, the Hero Arena at Mountain America Center. Man, is this place gorgeous or what?
Yeah, we're going to be able to talk to Rob Spear about what this all undertook to be here today. And tomorrow you're at the Big and Rich concert, and I'm trying to get the other two tickets you got. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yes, it is. We're excited. We were talking to Andy Birch. He's in charge of the security here, and my cousin. And he is just, he's so excited. I mean, they got events here Wednesday, Thursday, hockey games Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So concert on Wednesday, Big and Rich. They're one of my favorites. I've seen them before, danced with the guys. Anyway, they're great guys.
Good times, right?
And then Peppa Pig, something like that. You probably have tickets to that.
When he said that, I thought he said pet a pig, and I was like,
no, Peppa Pig. It's a kid's sum. But,
all right.
I figured you might have tickets to that.
I don't.
But then Friday night, I think they got some individual tickets left for the kickoff of the Spud Kings. Yes. We sported it yesterday.
Brian bought me one, and I forgot to bring mine.
And we were going to be wearing them today, but the Spud Kings launch on Friday.
Yeah.
How exciting is that?
That is exciting.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to have a sport of that nature here. And man, is this building gorgeous.
Yeah, really great. But hey, let's get to, what about last week? I was in Portland enjoying turkey and whatnot.
And I have to say, it was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, because I wasn't there.
You weren't there. But hey, we had Garrett Smith on. He ended the show out. We also had Steve Ducher, commonly known as Dutch, from Action Motorsports. Man, they gave away the most gorgeous $17,000 Polaris Chaos sled. And I was there Friday waiting for my name to be drawn. It wasn't. But a couple of my friends actually got their names drawn, and they weren't there to claim it. So they went to about the 13th guy that you had to be there. And man, this kid won it, and man, he was so excited. But a $17,000 sled, and they gave away a ton of prizes, and it was just a good old time. But let's talk about Garrett Smith, number 4 bull rider and we had him on the show talking about his pink chaps. And I'm saying it right finally, Valerie. I hope you're watching, Valerie. I didn't slaughter it again. I slaughtered it every week. I called it chaps.
Chaps? What
chaps.
is it?
It's chaps. Chaps.
All right.
And,
it's French.
Yeah, that's right. So we had Garrett on there. He's down in Vegas right now. He is just he starts I think the first rodeo is on Thursday, ranked number 4 in the world. We wish Garrett Smith. I'm actually trying to maybe take a flight down there to see Garrett performs next
hopefully
week. So.
Maybe advance a little bit from there, right?
Yep.
So
hopefully he takes home a world title down there. So
well, awesome. So what do we got going on today?
We are here. We've got Rob Spear, Idaho Falls Auditorium District. Man, this guy has done amazing things since he's come here to Idaho Falls, and this is the culmination of it. And we're seeing, yes, you can see in the background, there's still trucks, forklifts out here finishing up some last minute things. They've even got a semi down at the other end that's unloading the wood that's going on top of the ice for the concert tomorrow night.
Yeah. Exciting. It's happening.
It is all happening. But man, we came out yesterday and took a tour.
That was a good time.
And man, this place is just gorgeous. We're up in the Skybox area, the Silver Star Skybox area. And what a gorgeous overlook, and all these suites that are up here. Man, we're going to find all about how many seats this place has. What's some of the entertainment that the communities can look forward here to in this area, and what it's taken to put this whole project at the Mountain America Center together here in Idaho Falls. Man, this is such a gorgeous addition.
Yep. Well, and our good buddy Tyson put together a little video yesterday during the open house. We're going to watch that, and then we're going to welcome Rob Spear on to. Oh yeah, thank you, Tyson. I knew I've been gone a week, so yeah, good thing Tyson's here
keeping us in line.
So we do have these sponsors that do great things. And BBSI's been with us from the very beginning, doing great things. If you have any sort of personnel staffing, payroll, exit strategies, any sort of consulting, sales consulting. I mean, the BBSI, Jeremy Hicks and his group are just amazing.
They do. And SBDC, America or Idaho's best kept secret.
It sure is.
If your business needs consulting, check us out, IdahoSBDC.org, Idaho Innovation Center. We've got an office for your business. If you need help in getting it going, we've got an office for you at the Idaho Innovation Center. And of course, New Line Media. Can't say enough. He's taken all of his equipment, brought it over here to make us live at the Mountain America Center.
There you go.
Hero Arena. And let's see who else. Oh, Volpine Marketing.
Volpine Marketing has done a great job with our website and keeping us up to date there.
We appreciate our sponsors. Couldn't do this without them. Right. So we're going to watch this quick couple-minute video here that Tyson put together on the grand opening of Hero Arena at Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls. Come on,
So Tyson, the video journalist for Construction Business TV, opening day of the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, and I'm joined here, hopefully not for the last time, with Rob Spear, Executive Director of the Idaho Falls Auditorium District. How's today been?
Been outstanding, Tyson. You know, we have a tremendous crowd coming through this facility to check it out, and I'm sure our viewers don't recognize us without hard hat and vests on today, but exciting time. You know, it's something that this community strived to get done over 11 years ago, and today's the day that we've had the grand opening with the first event happening Wednesday night. All indications are people are thrilled. They like the amenities, they like the quality, they like the size, they like the video and audio piece of this facility, and the ice, you know, once we get those lifts off of there, we're going to look beautiful. It's going to look beautiful.
What people are seeing a lot of today, there's a lot of amenities, there's a lot of concessions that are happening. People are selling hockey shirts.
You know, we had to kind of be strategic here because we have the lifts in the bowl, but we started the tour right through the back of the house and right through the home team locker room. We wanted to showcase that because it's a fabulous facility, and then right out into the first concourse, and you go by all those branded concession stands, starting with that first one is Crafted Pete's Pie Shack, and you go Topo Tato, and then Eagle Rock Brewery, and you go around the corner and you see El Flamingo, and then you get to the end is a Coyote Country Barbecue, and then of course we have limited tours up in this mezzanine where we're standing right now. We're in this beautiful location called the Silver Star Sky Deck. And This is a premium club level area, and so we have a couple of suites open to showcase, and so people get a little feel for the entire facility.
And we were at the ribbon cutting ceremony earlier today. That close to an hour long.
Let's run the video again.
Because you had a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of people to thank.
We did, and that was probably why it lasted so long, because this was a true community partnership. We needed everybody. And I think I opened my remarks today and said, we did it.
We did it! We're about there, but
we as an inclusive we, because we needed our naming right partners, we needed a quality construction team, we needed every seat and brick holder
about there, 30,
purchaser, we needed all of our Sweet and Loaves purchasers, and then our partners to want to brand this facility. So it was an all-inclusive effort for sure.
I imagine you're going to sleep well tonight.
Probably not. It seemed like these last 6 months it's been a whirlwind just to try to get this thing to today. And then, of course, the issues we faced the last 4 days. At some point in time, I'll relax and take it in, but just excited for Wednesday to really have this thing buttoned up.
He said, I'm not sleeping tonight.
And have it broken in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to be there?
Absolutely.
I'll be there.
All right.
I'll hopefully see you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Tyson put that together. I'm sure it was amazing. We weren't watching it from our side. Rob had people grabbing him and asking questions, and
still making
so
decisions.
anyway,
He's on the set. So,
but this is an undertaking. You came here with one purpose. What, 3-4 years ago?
Well, 3.5. I came here in April of 2019,
But this thing has been going for a while. So walk us through how it started, and then bringing you in, because I mean, not to make disparaging comments about anyone in the past, right? But you really took this thing in a very short period of time to where we're standing today.
Well, I had a lot of help.
Yeah.
You can't do these things by yourself, but it's been an interesting process for sure. You look at the district was formed in 2011. It was a vote of the public, and there were numerous volunteers at that time that went out and solicited this vote to get it passed. And, kudos to those people, because if you didn't form that district, which the district is a political subdivision of the state, we get our revenue through a 5% hotel tax. So if you stay in a hotel in the city limits, you look at your bill, there's a 5% tax that comes back to us. And that's how we're funding this facility, as well as some of the private fundraising. So a lot of work done in the past. I was brought in to figure out how we get to that next stage. And, I think we were talking offline, Brian and Tyler, earlier about, I looked at it like a ladder. We came in, we knew the top of the ladder was to have this wonderful facility that you see behind us. We were at the first rung.
Yeah.
There were a lot of rungs that we had to add. And so I can go into a lot of detail on those about some of the rungs, but, kudos to Ball Ventures. They donated this land.
Yes.
It was a virgin piece of land. So one of the things we had to do is make sure we didn't know how much lava rock was under this ground. We didn't know how much unsuitable soil was in this ground. And so there were a lot of unknowns. And so I came in and took those unknowns and made them knowns. That was just one aspect of it.
You poured a lot of gas on the engine. Here's what I've been told is that you just made this happen, and it happened pretty quickly. I mean, you've been here 3.5 years, and I mean, the quality of this building is just unbelievable. So absolutely, you can't get better than what you got here.
Our focus has been from day one is we want to have a great customer experience. And so we had this, at least in my mind, I had this little equation that, safe environment, and this is going to be an unbelievable safe environment because of the air handling system that's in here, and because of the air exchanges per hour that come from outside, and then what happens when the inside air is recirculated. So where we're standing, this is going to have, from an outside air exchange, 1.9 per hour. A hospital room has 2.
Wow.
That conference space we were at yesterday is over 3. So
Yeah.
very important to have a safe environment, plus a quality food and beverage environment. We'll talk a little bit about the 5 concession stands down there and that quality, and then quality audio visual experience and a viewing experience. And you guys,
That's what I hear is just it's gonna be unbelievable, the quality of that sound.
So the quality of the sound, but you guys have been in here yesterday and today. There's not a bad seat in the house.
No. Yeah.
So those together, safety, quality food and beverage, and a quality audio visual experience equals a great customer experience.
Kind of talk about how many seats. Tell people what the capacity is here. What's your options as far as seating and things like that?
depending on the event. I mean, this facility is very flexible. I mean, we can seat as little as 500 or 1,000. The maximum capacity is 6,200. That's where you have an edge stage concert with all the floor seating. Hockey is going to be about 4,200. Basketball, we can probably seat 5,500. Look at a monster truck show, a rodeo, you're probably looking about 3,800. So, depending on the event, but again, it just shows the flexibility of the facility.
Talk about that air system.
Yeah.
It kicked on.
Yeah. Well,
Woo!
it feels good.
I think what we're feeling here is that outside air is coming right in
It's
now,
Coming in.
and they're recirculating that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So how did you become the guy that can get this done? Like, what was your background before? And I know there was a team, okay, and you've been very humble about that, but for 11 years it just kind of sat here collecting the revenue from the tax without any clear vision. So what was your background to be able to come in and in just a little over 3 years get it done?
well, I've done a lot of different things, and I kind of started my professional career in accounting. So this position and this project required a really good understanding of numbers and financing. Which is another rung that we added to the ladder, is getting that financing. I have a MBA by education. I have a doctorate degree, whatever that means. I always joke, a PhD means I've educated myself out of any common sense I might have had. But no, I was a performance auditor at one time, where I went in and looked at the efficiency and effectiveness of businesses. And then I worked in higher education for 30 years in a variety of roles, from internal audit to managing a grants and contracts office, to being an associate dean, to being an athletic director. So I've had a lot of different experiences, and later fundraising was a huge piece of that, which I had that experience.
Yeah.
So the job here did take virtually every bit of my skill set. It really did, because I mentioned earlier the rungs of the ladder, understanding that financing piece. Once you understood how much financing you could get to go out and fundraise, identify
Sales.
that gap, and get people to step up and obviously participate and be a partner, because we couldn't have done it without them.
Right.
And then, of course, hiring the right operator, and continuing to move forward and overseeing the construction. Fortunately, in my career, I've had an opportunity to oversee a couple large construction projects, so that all tied together. So all the components the job required, at some point in time, I had some experience with, and I had to tap into all of them.
Yeah, very good. And so now it gets done. Now you just sit back. You don't work very hard, right? But what do you see in your ongoing role, or what's next? Because there's a lot to do here still.
There is, and I told our board, I report to a 5-member elected board, and I said the position has to change, because it's different now that we have it built. But one of the neat things we've done here is we established an IFAD foundation. And the purpose of that foundation is to generate resources in order to have people that don't have the resources to come to an event.
Right.
So they can't spend $75 on a ticket. We want to be able to have this foundation to reach out and serve this community in other capacities. And so the unique thing about the auditorium district is we're not a 501(c)(3). We're a political subdivision of the state. But to get some of these grants, you needed to be a 501(c). So we've established that. So the position is going to evolve into hopefully being the executive director of the auditorium district, but also the executive director of the foundation, so that we can find a way to do something different and unique in the community. And again, give everybody an opportunity to participate and have an experience in here. So it's going to change. But the next year, certainly it's, one of the things I want to do is oversee operations.
Yeah.
We were very prudent in the approach we took to financing this. These event centers across the country that go belly up, what ends up happening is they overestimate how much revenue they're going to make from operations.
Yeah.
And they say that they're going to use some of that operational revenue to cover their debt. We haven't done that. So all of our debt is covered by the tax and by fundraising, and this is going to stand on its own. So we have a great general manager. I think you talked to Eric.
Yeah,
Eric, dynamic kid, and he's going to bring the right events in here. So I want to be part of that. I want to oversee, not be a thorn in their side, but use my expertise to oversee that financial aspect of this, so we can provide that great foundation from here on.
Yeah.
So there's some exciting events you've got. I've already got tickets to many events already. So, but talk about what do you have coming, and what can people look forward to in the future as far as what kind of venues?
You guys probably know more than I do. I think I always joke with Eric. I think I work in the Pentagon, man. You guys don't say anything about events that are coming, because they want to keep it down low.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from what I know, a variety of events. I mean, you mentioned them at the start of this show. We're having the Big and Rich tomorrow night, and then Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Yeah, I didn't know who Peppa was either, but
I'm sure it's going to be a good
maybe
show.
We'll get acquainted on Thursday night. And then 3 straight hockey games. And then we'll have Old Dominion coming in. We have the Manheim Steamrollers. We have Lindsey Sterling. A lot of Christmas theme events. Of course, sprinkled in there is going to be hockey.
Yeah.
And then when we get into January, February, Eric Hudson has told me February is going to be the busiest month he's ever experienced in his career.
Wow.
So
basketball, finals, high schools, possibly. Yeah,
so there's going to be a basketball event in there. There's also going to be, people are wanting a rock concert that's coming.
Yep.
I think it's in February.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think we're going to have
Brian Regan, some comedians. So we got that.
We're going to have an MMA type event, I think.
Oh, great.
So there's going to be a lot of different things happen here. And I think it's important in this first year to throw a lot out there to see what the community wants.
Yeah.
And like I've always said when I was out there trying to get funding to get this thing going is, we're going to have an event or several events that you liked that are going to be entertainment that you like to see rather than, just having the same thing over and over. So it's important to have a variety of things, but it's going to continue. Last count I had was, when you get into a project like this, and especially as a political subdivision of the state, you have to do multiple feasibility studies. Mm-hmm. Believe me, this district did their share.
Yeah.
And the feasibility study estimated we'd have about 150 event days a year. First year, we're going to top that. We're going to probably be 175, 100, maybe approach 200.
Wow.
And then the number of participants, people in the door, feasibility study said you're probably going to be 120 a year. We're easily going to top 150.
Wow.
So
that's great. Talk about the event center that you've added also onto here. And then I want you to also take an opportunity to talk about some of the contractors that you've had here. So talk about the event center and then some of the contractors.
We're talking about Blue Cross Vital Conference Center space. Yeah. So that's a space, I think, in Idaho Falls that's well needed. And it was something, kudos to the Idaho Falls District Auditorium Board. They were steadfast to have an event center and conference space. So you look at the other 2 auditorium districts in the state, one in Pocatello, they elected to build a kind of an indoor sport court. And in Boise, they have convention space. But what we've done is kind of tied both of those together with more of a quality event center here. So that was important to the board to have that. Conference space in Idaho Falls is difficult to find.
It is.
And so that's one of the things that we wanted to do is have a premium conference space where we can have trade shows. We can bring conferences in here. And having it attached to this event center, we can easily spill out onto this floor.
Yeah.
And have breakout sessions in the conference center. So again, providing a lot of flexibility.
That's awesome. Talk about some of your vendors that you've had.
Well, unbelievable job by, first of all, Bateman Hall and Hogan Construction. They partnered. Hogan's out of Utah, big construction firm. Bateman Hall's local. The thing I learned in this construction, especially a process like this, there were, I think last count, were 47 different bid packages. So that means 47 different subcontractors that came in and participated in here with a number of workers. And the thing about it is sequencing them in is so important. And especially, when we were up against it here 3-4 weeks ago, you could walk down this first concourse and you would see 4 or 5 trades on top of one another.
Yeah.
And, they've done a wonderful job working together. But some of them have been outstanding. I mean, you look at from day one, Hogan and with the concrete part of it and their oversight there, and Keller Concrete did almost a lot of the concrete here in this facility. You had Lewis Mechanical did all the mechanical work. Mountain West Electric, they've been extremely busy. And,
wow.
What we found in this project, so one of the downfalls, it was really designed heavily in 2015 and nothing happened with it. A lot of the design was based on 2015. So part of it was looking at that design and see how you could upgrade and do something different. a lot of things we caught and adjusted, some we didn't. And we had to, work with some of the various subcontractors. IAI steel erectors, working in the middle of winter last year out here, it was unbelievable to watch that process in the bitter cold. Those ironworkers are some tough dudes now, I'm telling you. So I can't say anything bad about any contractor. They've done their best. And really, how many times are they going to be involved in building an event center in Idaho Falls? Probably not very often.
Probably not very often.
And so I think there's a lot of pride, and they want to be able to say, what we worked on that. We were part of it.
Yeah. Well, and what do you feel community support? Because we were talking about these skyboxes, they sold out, right? So what do you think? Yeah, how because it is, if you build it, will they come? Was kind of a question that has to be out there. But what do you feel the community so far has done for the event center?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
To get them to step up the way they have, because as I said yesterday during our ribbon cutting, we couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah.
And there were certainly some big contributors: Mountain America Credit Union, Hero Meat Stacks, Blue Cross of Idaho, and go down the list. Teton Auto Group was certainly significant. Silver Star Communications were in their lovely Sky Deck. Even, probably shame on me for not being able to talk about all of them, because they're all important. But those are some of the big ones that really helped us out. The three major healthcare providers are, Bingham Healthcare, Mountain View Hospital, Idaho Community Hospital, having their brands associated here was huge. Pepsi, see their fixed sign on the scoreboard up there. And so they all contributed, and it had to happen because we could only finance so much, which finding out how much to finance was one of those rungs. It had never been done before. And so find out how much we could finance, which really determined how much fundraising we needed. And then, of course, we went out and got firm bids, to figure out how much it was going to cost, because we were always dealing with estimates. And I don't know about you, I don't really like to deal with estimates. I like to have a hard number. And so we ended up getting two hard numbers because we had this bid out ready to go in 2020. And of course, COVID hit. And at that time, I'll be honest, I didn't know if we would ever survive because of the impact on our hotel revenues. But credit to this area. You looked in the September, October of that 2020 year, and our revenue started to get up to 85% of normal. And it's like, man, we have a shot. And then finding the right investor who believed in it too, which we were able to do because they never hired a bond underwriter before. So another rung to the ladder to be able to find an investor, and then again finding that wonderful operator. And
great. So talk about the experience that people are going to have here. You say you've got 5 food vendors. Talk about what they're experiencing. And you're telling us before that they can actually hit a QR code and order right from their seat or their box or wherever they're at.
That's one of the things when I mentioned the 2015 design to the, how a modern arena should look. A couple things, point of sale system. We're the thing post-COVID, need to try to eliminate lines and have people not stand in line. And, people come to an event, the last thing they want to do is stand in line for 10 minutes and miss a portion of it. So you'll be able to order via kiosk in the hallway, be able up here in the premium seats, use a QR code. It'll be delivered to your suite or your loge box. You can pick up your food. You have 5 different concession stands that are uniquely branded, and that's a fun thing. I think if you walked through there yesterday, they've done a wonderful job branding that.
I had a friend that got some nachos and said they were amazing.
Really?
So
So I think all of those things together are really going to provide that, great customer experience, and we'll find out soon here, And the beauty of it, I want to give Eric Hudson credit because the one thing that I wanted, like I said yesterday, we have confidence in you, Eric. We're going to turn these keys over to you, which we did yesterday. But the thing is he will continue to adjust, and continue to redesign things. And I mentioned how we updated some of the designs. The concession stands the video boards. There was a postage stamp video board in here in the original design. There was no ribbon board. There was no IPTV concept. You can see all these TVs around here. So we went
over the lobbies and everywhere.
So most, a lot of arenas, it's not new to have televisions and lobbies, but what is new here, it's not a new concept, but it's a modern concept, Internet Protocol TV versus RF radio frequency TV. The difference is really easy. RF technology, you put an advertisement on one of the TV screens, it's on all of them. IP, you can put a different advertisement on each individual screen, can make it robust. You can take, we want to get away from fixed signage. We want to take that that space on the wall and looking out over there, instead of selling it for $1,000 for the year, we're going to sell that 10 times for $200. We're going to double our revenue, but give the moms and pops in the community the ability to advertise.
Yeah.
And so, and it's it's just a cool technology. So part of it is we really focused on upgrading the technology, which included the audio, which included the air handling and the air circulation. So that's why I think we built almost a state of the art. And I say almost because you can never say this day and age things change so
things
fast.
changed in the last year. So I just got to say, what a great job you have done in putting this together. How exciting. I mean, we've still got drills happening in the back. We got insulation that just fell behind you.
I love how you guys roll. I mean, you put yourself out in the dating.
Yeah, we are.
Right.
We're in the fall zone.
There's a guy that snuck in here to clean off the seats below us.
Yeah.
But what an experience this is. And I just got to say, kudos to you for putting this together. Eastern Idaho, you should be excited about this place. It's absolutely great.
Yeah, it's and when we met, it was still you had just been brought on,
Right.
and in my head I was like, well, we'll see what this guy's made of, and you lived up to it. I'll say that because this is not an easy process. There's a lot of moving parts. I mean, when you look at all this, and you should write a book so that other cities can know how do you go about it correctly, because again, we had good people working on it, but it was a long time before really rubber started meeting road. So
and we sometimes timing's everything too. And I think the district for a long time, and they just couldn't get their revenues to catch the cost of construction.
Right.
And then, we kind of, I don't know if we totally caught it, but we caught the tail of it.
Yeah.
And that was a big decision to get the board to act on it. And I can remember being in front of the board saying, if you don't move now, I'm not sure we're ever going to be able to do it. And so, matter of fact, if we had to start this job over right now, they're telling me it's at least $10 more million. And if that was the case, then that would have priced us out of business.
It would have put it off for another year or two.
Well, then
easy, but
and then you just don't catch up.
Yeah.
So.
Because material costs, that was one of those variables that you need a firm number on. But during, supply chain's still kind of a wreck. But that was something that, again, this is pretty amazing that this got done. So.
Well, it is, and again, I credit our board. I not many times in life do you get to make all the decisions. And I was in higher ed for all those years. It was like frustrating because you had committee after committee and authority figure you had to talk to. And I always joked. I said, that here's an opportunity in higher ed. You see, it's like an elephant coming and it's right in front of you. And by the time you have a committee and a subcommittee and you get a board approval, you're lucky to hit the elephant in the rear end as it gets down the road.
That's great. Is there anything else that you want Eastern Idaho to know about this great place?
Well, come and experience it. That's the biggest thing. I was worried yesterday, to be honest with you, because last week on Tuesday, this thing was pretty well buttoned up. Ice was looking great. All the glass was up. We're fine tuning everything. And then we had a last minute issue with the building inspector, required us to mobilize over Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving too.
And so that's why you're still seeing the lifts in here. So I was worried that, that was going to take away from that first impression.
Yeah.
Because I'm a firm believer you have one chance to make a first impression. But, talking to people and eavesdropping as they're coming through the concourses, I think I think it exceeded expectations.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you need to come out.
Yeah, come out
and see if it does exceed your expectations.
Yeah. If you haven't got your tickets to the Big and Rich concert, I think there's still a few tickets available left for it.
I thought we were giving some away here.
We are.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving away.
Right.
We talked about it that we're going to be giving away, and we've got a question at the end of the show today. After we wrap up here, I've already got the golden question that we're going to be asking. Can you put my cell phone number? Do you have the technology now? Not right now. We got to wait for. So, but at the end of every show, we like to talk about your quote that you have, and we've got it right here. Talk about this. Have the grit to embrace the grind.
I think it says a lot of different things to me, as I'm a firm believer in having grit. People ask, well, how did you get this done? Well, I had to have some grit, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a grind. So I had to embrace that. I had to have the grit to embrace that grind. But it also says a lot of things. I'm fortunate when I started down the path saying, dealing with bureaucracy is not fun, but I'm the only employee for the district. So staff meetings were short.
Yeah,
Yes, they were.
nice.
I'd
I
walk,
like that.
yeah,
And delegation was easy.
pretty easy. I knew who wasn't working hard. So anyway, this means, like, if you're leading a team of people, this means to me too is you have to do what they do. You have to be willing to do anything in an organization to move it forward. If that means washing dishes, if that means hauling lumber, doing whatever, you have to get your hands dirty in an organization, because I think it builds respect with your employees. And when they see that, it helps establish some culture. And believe me, I want to be in a culture and an organization that has perseverance, that doesn't quit, that finds a way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what this quote means to me. A lot of different things.
That's great.
Very good. Well, we are so excited to come. He has assembled quite the group. Eric is absolutely. I see you in the background. Thank you. What a great Eric. Eric is just phenomenal. Andy in charge of security. I know you've got great tickets. You've got hospitality people. Absolutely, they have put together a top-notch staff here. Come and check them out at the Hero Arena at Mountain America Center. So we give you this. This is a little gift for you to put on your wall. And we've got a training that we're going to do. We're not going to do a lot of lead in. I just got to say that this video that you're going to watch, where our training topic for today is about the power of teamwork. And it's just like Rob's talked all about the teamwork that's put together to get this Hero Arena put together. But this is I absolutely love this video. So you're going to watch this video about the power of teamwork. It's got the Blue Angels in it. And who doesn't love the Blue Angels?
Yeah, they've come a couple times.
And if you talk about teamwork, how they're within milliseconds of each other, and you got to be able to watch this. All right. Big and Rich ticket.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're giving the tickets away. All right, here we go.
All right. Rob mentioned the seating capacity of this arena, and this is the maximum seating capacity. We talked about different types of events, but for the maximum seating capacity of this, my text numbers on the screen. I can't see it on the little screen there, but 208-520-9400. Text me, and you're going to get a pair of tickets to Big and Rich tomorrow night.
Good times.
We will be here. Maybe I will be here for sure. He's trying to make it happen. So
got issues.
But we will be here. We wish you the best of luck. Peppa Pig on Thursday. The Friday night, there's only a few. I'm trying to come to the Saturday night game. I'm excited about that, to see a little hockey in this town. So exciting. So we're here live at the Mountain America Center, Hero Arena. Thank you, Rob Spear. What a great job you've done, and we wish you the best of luck after this.
Well, thanks, Tyler and Brian. You guys do a wonderful job, and it's awesome, this Talking Business show. So kudos to you for what you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The power of teamwork. Everybody watch this video. Give us a thumbs up. That's how we end every show. Thanks, everybody.
Boss, updated with 4-0-10. We on the airfield and airspace. You are clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
That's all I wear.
Oh, clear for takeoff.
Is that how it
Where did you go, Boss? We're clear for takeoff. The wind 242 right.
You guys are amazing. So
Check your pucker break. I'll check your trim set. Check your nose are fair on. Maneuver type and activity. Coming after on 9. Let's roll. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Crosswind, crosswind. Check your parking brake. I'll check your trim set. Check your noses there and on. Maneuver, diamond, nav, giving. Copy. Coming after on 9. Let's roll. That's right.